Good evening, friends. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. So I assume slide is visible and I'm audible. So this is the part 2 session on distress and eustress. This talk is based on FEQT. Facts. I always make sure that whatever comments I make, my opinions are always based on facts. If I don't use facts, then I won't be able to support. I need to support the points. That's why I use facts. The experience, my own personal and professional experience. My professional experience, that is practicing medicine. I started practicing medicine in 1974. So it is almost 50 years. Then quotes. I love reading and collecting quotations. So I'll be using quotations that are appropriate and relevant. And lastly, thoughts. Thinking is my hobby. So whenever I read a quote or whenever I face a situation, I think. And from that thinking, I get new ideas or some new thoughts. So these are the what we call the talk, the basis. In part 1 also I showed this slide. Stress-free life is impossible, whereas stress-less life is possible. Learning objectives of this webinar: understand the stresses, internal and external. Know the essentials about distress and eustress. I repeat, only the essentials. This topic is so vast. Obviously, if I want to talk about this distress and eustress, I can talk for without any stop, non-stop, some 30 hours. So I'll be sharing only the absolutely essential stuff today. Learn how to convert distress into eustress. Distress is bad stress. Eustress is good stress. So how to convert the distress into eustress? That is the secret behind enjoying a happy, peaceful life. Hans Selye, the father of stress theory, he was an endocrinologist. His own words, it is not stress that kills us. It is our reaction to it. Please remember this. It is not the stress. It is how you manage stress, how you handle that one. So what is the definition of a stressor? A stimulus that causes physical, emotional, or mental stress. Please understand this. A stressor can cause a physical stress. For example, right now in India, the climate is very hot. So whenever I call somebody, they say, oh, chudu, it's too hot. That is causing the physical stress on the body. That's a stressor. Then emotional stress. Suppose one of your family members chest pain, and is admitted in the ICU, that will create a lot of emotional stress for all the family members. So that is a stressor. Mental stress. Every day we come across the news. Amazon, Google, or Infosys, they are going to lay off thousands of employees. So the software engineers, when they read that news, if he is working for Google, that will create mental distress, anxiety, fear. So far, is everything clear? If it is clear, in the chat box put C. I want to make sure that the stressor is clearly understood. In the chat box, type in the alphabet C. Yes, Roy Cherian. Okay. So that is what it is. So I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, so that when you feel stress, you can classify, you can identify whether it is a physical stress, or whether it is a mental stress, or whether it is an emotional stress. Stresses, money related. There are numerous examples, because we don't have that much time. I'll give you one example, real life example. These days, many children, they want to go abroad for higher studies. They want to go to UK, USA, Canada, like that. Suppose your own child, daughter or son, who wants to go abroad for higher studies. Obviously, they need financial help or support. And if you are not able to meet that financial support, that be a stressor for you as well as for your son or daughter. This is one example only. I'm sure that you will be able to discover more such examples if you think for yourself. Everyday life. So that is money related, health related. Again, during the COVID period, what happened? People who contracted COVID, millions of people, they suffered from severe stress, panic, and phobia. So that was a stressor. Relationship related. Conflict between husband and wife, conflict between parents and children, or conflict between friends. Again, stressors. Then lastly, work related. What do I mean by work related? These days, youngsters, they are suffering from work related stress a lot. Work overload. Working from home, it is not fun. And again, almost 24 hours, it seems. In the past, you used to go to work, office. Now with the smartphone, email, you will be constantly, that is facing work. No work-life balance. And then again, sometimes they put short deadlines. Oh, you must do this one project. This must be finished by in 2 days' time. Stress. So have I made it clear, these 4 different types of stresses? If it is crystal clear, in the chat box put C. Because I'm a person, I seek feedback so that I know, yes, yes, Jayachandranji, yes, Roy Cherianji, yes. Now, internal stresses. This is very important, my dear friends. Thoughts, expectations. The internal the stresses, we are responsible. We create or we generate them. And that is where nobody can help you unless you know how to control your own internal stresses. The thoughts, negative thoughts, always will create stress. Expectations, unrealistic expectations. You want to become a millionaire in a short period of time. You want to have a big house. You want to buy that luxurious car and everything. And you want your children to become doctors, IAS officers, or engineers, IIT and all those things. That will create a lot of stress. So the internal stresses, that is one area where we have 100% control. Internal stresses, 100% control. Do you agree? If you agree, put A. Chat box A if you agree. Yes, Jayachandranji. Yes, right. What about others? Some are all just so lazy. You are too lazy to type one alphabet. Okay. Because I want to know how many of you agree with this one. For that point, I never put any pressure on my son. I told him never to be number one in the class. Don't try to be number one. That will be unnecessary stress. You don't have to be number one. I was not number one. And the so-called highly successful, the celebrities like Albert Einstein was not number one. So why the hell do many parents, they force their children to be number one? They are responsible for putting a lot of stress. So please stop giving stress. I told him, try to be within the top 20%. Suppose there are, say, 20 students, okay, try to be within the top 4. That's all. Less stress. And most of the time, he was either number 2 or number 3. Okay, in some subjects, number 1. External stresses, an event. For example, suppose somebody insults you publicly before somebody else, others. Obviously, that will be an external stressor. How to handle that one? I'll tell you towards the end. Environment, we discussed. Weather. Biological agent, infections like COVID. Now, unconscious mental multitasking. My dear friends, read this one carefully. Too many negative thoughts compete with each other for attention. They pull the mind into different directions. Chaos means confusion. Indecision, inaction are the end results. So to help you understand, suppose Dr. Jayachandran is busy doing some work. He is doing some work. And one friend, one Ramachandran, comes and pulls this one. Hey, come, we'll go for that one. Or whatever is on, there's a meeting. Come on. And now another one, Mohanachandran, pulls his right hand. No, let us go for that party. And the third friend, Madhavachandran, pulls him from behind. No. Let us go to the club. Then the fourth person, on Gobichandran, pulls him from front. So 4 different forces pulling you in different directions. Will it be possible for you to concentrate on what you are doing? Jayachandran ji, Will it be possible for you to?
It is
Yes or
very
no?
difficult. It is very
Yes.
difficult to follow.
Impossible, not difficult. So the internal thoughts are like, I told you, these different people. Each thought may be pulling you to do something different. And when these internal thoughts you are not able to control, you won't be able to concentrate and you won't be able to do that work. That is one of the reasons children, when they study for exams, they are not able to remember. They are not able to remember because their internal thoughts are pulling them
Yes,
into
that is
different
correct.
directions. That's what is happening. So that one, we are not aware. Many negative thoughts inside the mind, they are invisible. They pull the mind into different directions. LSD syndrome, last time I mentioned. I repeat that one. Life skills deficiency syndrome. And everyone, if a person has got these 6 life skills, it will be very easy to manage stress. Those 6 life skills are verbal skills, ability to communicate using the right words, right choice of words. I am not a politician. I am apolitical. Repeatedly, I tell you, I am apolitical, but I have to give a real life example. Just, I'm not going to mention the name of that person, but you will be able to understand if you are in touch with this news. One political leader, just 2 or 3 days back, in a public meeting said, in Hindu Dharma, there is a Shabd, Shakti, and I am fighting against that Shakti. Then subsequently he said that the Shakti is CBI, ED, this one, that one. Now, that has created a lot of animosity. Are you aware of this news? That is a lack of that communication skill, verbal skill. Are you aware? If you are aware, put A. Are you aware of this news? If you are aware, A. I'll put chat box A. Yes, Yachandraji, A. That means many people, they don't even read the news. They don't even watch the news. Okay, Anthony. Their right verbal skills, lacking in right verbal. Instead of that one, that leader should have said this way. This Prime Minister, he is using ED, CBI to intimidate the parties. So that is his Shakti. That is his Shakti. Instead of that one, he started by saying, in Hindu Dharma, there was no need to say about Hindu or Dharma. Got it? That is poor verbal skills. Is this example really convincing? If it is convincing, put why. The whole controversy could have been avoided. Is it convincing? Yes, Pradap, yes. That's all required because poor verbal communication skill. Frequently, that leader gets into trouble also, legal trouble also, because he doesn't know what to say, choosing the wrong words. The non-verbal skills, your body language. What you say is important, but how you say is more important. Then interpersonal skills, whole brain thinking skills, memorizing skills, lastly, time management skills. Dear friends, these 6 life skills are like 6 vitamins. I'm a medical doctor. Vitamin A, B, C, D, E, K. Can you have a healthy life without, if you miss one vitamin? No. All these 6 vitamins are absolutely essential. All the 6. The same way, all these 6 life skills are indispensable. But unfortunately, we don't get any training in the formal education. That is a real, our education system is terrible. Distress will make us feel drowned if we lack the life skills to manage the demands we are facing. Eustress will help us stay motivated, work toward goals, and feel good about life. Symptoms of distress. What are the symptoms? Anxiety, anger. If a person often loses temper, if a person is a short-tempered, if your boss is a person who is short-tempered, co-worker is a short-tempered, if a customer is coming to you with a short temper, that's a sign of distress. Fear, depression, poor appetite, fatigue, or tiredness. Because some people will say, oh, I feel so tired. When they come to us, patients also, I'm sure, Dr. Rama Devi Ambadi and Dr. Govamar and Dr. Shaji, you're all medical doctors. Patients, they come with them. No, Maya, we feel very tired. Always, I feel like sleeping. I don't have the energy to do anything. So most of the time, it's not lack of real energy, it is lack of this one because of distress. It is a manifestation of distress. Pessimism, sleeplessness. Oh, I'm going to show another news subsequently. You'll be surprised. A famous person who suffered from chronic insomnia, over drinking, over smoking, withdrawal, and mood swings. I'd like to make a statement. My dear friends, do you know the meaning of a word called hypocrisy? If you don't know, put N. If you don't know the meaning of the word hypocrisy, then put N. So I don't see any N, that means you know the word meaning of the hypocrisy. A hypocrite is a person who doesn't practice what that person preaches. He doesn't walk the talk. And we find plenty of people who are hypocrites. For example, spiritual leaders and religious leaders. They quote Gita or 10 Commandments and they talk about, oh, greed is bad. They preach against greed and most of them are very greedy and they are filthy rich. Am I saying, is this true? If it is true, put T. Put T in the chat box. They are filthy rich. Yes, Komarji, thank you. So they preach, they don't walk the talk. My dear friends, I'm very proud to say, I am not a hypocrite. I am not a hypocrite. In my talks, whatever advice I share with you, I practice in my personal life and professional life. Not even once I made even a single penny by resorting to unethical medical practice. And I am a person, always work-life balance. Not even once I compromised work-life balance. Never for greed. So, I'm not a hypocrite. You know, Sushant Singh Rajput, he was that was the magazine cover. Another name for success, highly successful. What happened? He committed suicide 3 years back. Even now, we don't know why he committed. Now, I'm sure that you will all agree. Nobody will commit suicide because they are very happy and they are very peaceful. I'm happy. Okay, I want to commit suicide. Nobody. And for your information, every year in USA, around 400 medical doctors commit suicide. What does it tell you? They don't know how to manage stress. Every year, Rajasthan in Kota, there is a coaching hub. 20 to 30 teenagers, they commit suicide because they are not able to handle that stress preparing for the NEET examination or JEE or civil service examination. The parents, I think the parents are responsible for those tragic deaths. The parents want their children to become a doctor or an engineer or an IAS officer. Do you agree? If you agree, put A, my dear friends, put A in the chat box. If you agree. Yes, go Marji, yes. Then what happens? And these days, some people, they have only one child. And that one child at the age of 18 or 19 commits suicide. Then what will happen to those parents, their own future? Is there any purpose? Where's the thinking involved? Stupidity. If you haven't watched my video, YouTube video, Common Sense Deficiency Syndrome and the Psychology of Stupidity, please watch them. These are all examples of real life examples. I haven't come with anything. I'm not a theoretician. And I'm not an idealist also. I'm not a hypocrite and I'm not an idealist. Idealism, oh, it should be done this way, that is a perfectionism. No. Anybody who talks about idealism, that person will be, you will find that that person is a hypocrite. Then Silk Smitha again. I'm sure that is almost all of you know this name. She was a very highly successful. In 4 years, she acted in some nearly 200 movies. At the age of 36, she committed suicide. Again, not because of happiness, distress. Marilyn Monroe, the Hollywood actress. There are easily some 40 or 50 biographies on Marilyn Monroe. She also committed suicide when she was around 36. Sleeping pill overdose. And this guy, big time businessman, coffee day, VG Siddhartha, 3 years back. He parked his car near a bridge and he jumped into the river, committed suicide. These are few examples. So highly successful people, if you think they are happy and peaceful, no. And many spiritual leaders, if you think they are all happy and peaceful, no. Eustresses, what are the eustresses? Promotion at work, yeah, that's good. Starting a new job, marriage. Because when they get married, that will be eustress. Subsequently, it may turn into distress. Okay, when it turns into distress, that is when they file for divorce and all those things. Initially, always honeymoon period. Oh, great. Then comes all the other things. Buying a home, car. You'll be excited about buying a home or car. But if you are buying a home which is beyond your means, a car beyond your means, then that will become a distress. Monthly mortgage payment, and youngsters, software engineers, they lose their job, then it will be a big distress. So, money management skills are also lacking. Having a child, yes. Taking a vacation. Symptoms of eustress, optimism. people with eustress, they'll be always optimistic. Okay, now I'm going to see. Can you think of a particular people in a particular profession? They are always optimistic and they rarely commit suicide. The chat box, type it. That profession. You will never. Yes, politics. Politicians, they know how to manage stress. They know how to convert distress into eustress. They are always optimistic. If they fail, again they will come back, they will contest again. And I have my colleagues in Trivandrum, cardiologists and psychiatrists, and all, I ask them, hey, have you ever come across a politician who complains of insomnia, sleeplessness, or depression? Then now, illa. So they don't have any politicians as patients who suffer from depression or insomnia. So learn from the politicians. And most of them live also very long, 80, 90. Okay, right now LK Advani is 90 plus. Achidanandan again, I think that he has hit the century. And many people, Karnanidhi, 95. And if there's a car accident, usually the driver dies, they escape. Okay, it is a car accident and the driver gets killed, not the politician. Optimism, enthusiasm, they are very enthusiastic. Again, I am apolitical, but I have to give a real life example. Look at the last 2 weeks of schedule of Narendra Modi. They travel extensively. And how many hours he has to stand on his feet? All this road show, this show, that show, speaking and everything. That enthusiasm. Are you convinced? But many people, even those who are 40 years old, oh yeah, take veil, hot and all those things. Because that optimism and enthusiasm, and yes, they have coined a slogan that is 400 par. So with a goal, drive. Again, if some of you think that I am a BJP guy, that is your problem. I am sharing a fact. If you perceive it, I am responsible for what I say, but I am not responsible for how you perceive it. Okay? In this forum, in the past, on several occasions, I have praised Rajiv Gandhi. He was not a BJP guy. Whatever he did, I appreciate a leader, not a political party. So enthusiasm, energy, motivation, inspiration, self-confidence. Now this video interview, that is a Jaishankar. Is Europe not funding Russia's war? If you have not watched this video, put N. I will share. I will explain briefly. If you have not watched that one, put N. Pradap N. Okay. Okay, my dear friends, I must have watched that video at least 3 times. I enjoyed it. Because his communication skill, assertiveness, logic-based thinking. When immediately after that Russia-Ukraine war, when India was buying oil from Russia, they wanted to condemn, criticize India for. You are buying oil, now you are funding. That is when you are buying that one, obviously Russia is getting money from you. And you are funding the war. That's a big allegation. And he said that with the facts in his hands. Because Europe was buying natural gas, not oil from Russia. Natural gas from Russia. And he said, for one afternoon, how much you spend for getting the natural gas from the Russia? We spend in 1 month. The oil we buy 1 month. Suppose you are giving, say, 100, I'm giving some example, say, $100 million in 30 days. But you are giving $100 million in one half a day. Then he asks, who is funding the war now? Are you not funding the war? Got it? That person couldn't answer. There he converted that stressor, that question was a stressor, and he confronted the right answer. It became a eustressor for him. He was able to enjoy. Do you agree? Now, put A. If you agree, put A in the alphabet. It is worth watching. I watched that one, I told you. I repeat 3 times. Because I am a person that is the communication skills, thinking skills. Those are the life skills I teach. I have learned a lot from this Jaishankar. Is Europe not funding Russia's war? Shashi Tharoor, Delhi police, they registered case against him under different sections. And you know, in 2014, January, his third wife, Sunanda Pushkar, she was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The election, parliament election in April, 3 months later. And all these police, everything, newspaper headlines, everything, and he was not distressed. He managed that stressor effectively. And he fought and he won the election. So that is again, as a politician, he was able to handle that stressor very well. Children must be taught how to think, not what to think. Artificial intelligence can ruin critical and creative thinking skills. Those skills are absolutely necessary for managing stresses effectively, my dear friend. During the discussion after 9 o'clock, if you want to ask me more questions or if you want me to explain, I will explain that one. Learn to say no. Don't overcommit. If somebody asks you something, if you are not able to do, if you don't have that time to do that one, okay? Sorry. But many people, they don't know how to say no. They'll say yes. Then they struggle. Learn to say no. I'm very good at that one. That's why I was able to have a work-life balance. If my supervisor on Friday afternoon, she may come and say that, oh, Dr. Reddiar, I would like you to just complete this one, go through this one, and give me the report on Monday afternoon. That means Saturday and Sunday, and I will look at that one, it will take easily some 3 to 4 hours. That means my weekend will be screwed. No, I don't want to let that happen. So I immediately tell her, so you want it on Monday afternoon? So could you please cancel the patient scheduled in the forenoon? Then I will be able to do this one because I need 3 to 4 hours. Or she will say, oh, no, I cannot. Then I say, no, I'm sorry. I cannot. I need 3 to 4 hours of time. But many of my friends, especially from India, oh, they'll say yes. And weekend, they will sit and do that work. And they keep on grumbling. My weekend is screwed. I say no. And then she will say, oh, when can you give? I said, maybe by Thursday. Because every day afternoon, I can maybe able to find some 1 hour to do this one by Thursday or Friday. That is what it is. I say no. Admit ignorance. If you don't know something, don't be ashamed. If I don't know something, I always say, I don't know. I haven't. I don't pretend, oh, I have got MBBS, MD, MRCP, American Board of Internal Medicine, so I know everything. In medicine, it's an ocean. Some people, they ask about certain things in the medical field. I say, I don't know. I admit ignorance. When I was a faculty in the medical college, students, they loved me. They like me. Because if they ask a question, if I don't know, I say, sorry, I don't know. That's a good question. I will look up and I'll tell you tomorrow. I won't just take that bluff and lose my credibility. Admit ignorance. Say thank you. Say sorry if you have offended unintentionally. say sorry. Immediately, don't delay that one. Not after 5 days. Don't delay. Then express appreciation. And that also very stingy. People in Kerala especially, they are so stingy. If you ask something, how was the talk? കുഴപ്പമില്ല, തരക്കേടില്ല. Why can't you say good? കൊള്ളാന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്താണ്? Why can't you say that is good? This is excellent. That's what I do. Always I say excellent, good, great. If it's not good, then I will say, yeah, I think, what are the things? I think that you can make it better. You can make it better this way. Instead of saying that it's not good, you can make it better by these things. തരക്കേടില്ല, കുഴപ്പമില്ല. Comparing yourself to others is actually a good thing. If people always talk about don't compare yourself to others. No, I say compare yourself to others. I'll give you example also, real life example. This is what I used to do. Do you know who they are? That is Helen Keller and Tagore. That is Stephen Hawking, the physicist and the cosmologist. Helen Keller, in spite of that 3 disabilities, she was always cheerful, optimistic, and she traveled to different countries also. She is one of my role models. Stephen Hawking, he was wheelchair bound, and he could not speak. He has used the computer assisted that device. He was always cheerful. On days at work or somewhere, if I feel a bit disappointed, frustrated, in my room, I have put the pictures of Helen Keller and Stephen Hawking. I look at them. When compared to them, I'm much better off. So I should not grumble. I should not let me feel down. So I compare, I feel better. Is this clear? Put C in the chat box. Is this clear? I told you, I'm not a hypocrite. I preach what I practice. This is what I practice. This is how I was able to cope with some everyday challenges, frustrations. Thank you, Binduji. Every day brings a choice to practice stress or to practice peace. Remember, most of your stress comes from the way you respond, not the way life is. Adjust your attitude and all that extra stress is gone. This is where, my dear friends, many people are always unnecessarily worried about what others will think, what others will say. Any criticism. Char log kya kahenge. Forget about that one. Look at Buddha. He abandoned his wife, his son. Definitely at that time, many people would have criticized. Hey, what is this? Your son, your child, your wife? No. And these days, again, many criticisms. Even Rahul Gandhi, he said that people call him Pappu, but he doesn't care. He said that I'm not bothered in December 2022. And about Modi, call him Feku, Chaukidar Chorhe. Ignore the criticism. Learn from the politicians. I have that politician's mindset these days. If somebody criticizes, yeah. If it's not true, why should I? I don't care what you want. You have the full freedom and right to say what you want to say. But I don't have to react to that one. Think and act. Find out whether what you want to do or what you want to get, is it a need or is it a want? Is it necessary or unnecessary? Is it urgent or is it non-urgent? Is it important or unimportant? My dear friends, for want of time, I won't be able to give examples more during the discussion. After 9 o'clock, yes, we'll continue with the discussion. No problem. I'll explain all these things if you want me to explain. Stress, anxiety, and depression are caused when we are living to please others. This is one thing I learned. Don't try to please others. You cannot please all people. That's the perfect recipe for a stressful life. Ramadevi Ambadi, Dr. Ramadevi, if you make a coffee and give to 5 different people, Do you think that everybody will say it is good? One person may say that kaduppam pora is not strong enough. One person may kaduppam koodi poi. One person may it is too hot. One person is not hot. One person is too sweet. One person is not too sweet. You cannot please all the people. So that is the take-home message. Stop trying to please others, and if you try to please others, you will become miserable. Stress without medication, laughter, humor. I'm a stand-up comedian also. Sexual intercourse, okay. Listen to me carefully. I'm a medical doctor. Masturbation. TED Talk. Joy of masturbation. Julie Gaia. Dr. Robin Buckley. Why I gave my teenage daughter a vibrator. These are all not taboo topics. There are 6 TED Talks. All these speakers are women, including one woman from India. What happens when you masturbate? The hormones like the neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, endorphin, their levels go up. Yoga and meditation are not panacea for all stressors. Panacea means quick fix. This will take care of all stresses. No. Vivekananda suffered from 31 ailments, and one of that one is the chronic insomnia, sleeplessness. You are finding it difficult to fall asleep because the thoughts, if you are not able to fall asleep, that means some thought is nagging you. Your mind is occupied with that one. And Jayendra Saraswati, Kanji Kamagodi Pida, he just like that disappeared, vanished, mysterious disappearance in 1987 for a few days. Because he could not cope with that, whatever challenges, stress. He also has learned yoga, meditation, everything. Meditation and its methods from Vivekananda. Complete book of yoga. So what I'm saying is, if somebody says, yeah, we can fix everything through yoga and meditation, that is impossible. Yoga is good for certain health problems. But if your son has lost a job and he needs money to pay the bank loans, how can this yoga and meditation take care of that issue? No way. Be realistic. And if your husband is in the hospital because of the heart attack, ICU, yoga and meditation, will you take care of that one? No. Be realistic. Upcoming talks, every Thursday I give a talk. Now, next Thursday, sense and nonsense. After that, courage and confidence. That is my Zoom ID number. Those who are interested in joining my session, you can take a screenshot of that one every Thursday at 8 o'clock. You're all welcome. Now, my dear friends, did you find this session interesting, insightful, and useful? If you found that one in the chat box, say yes. Yes, Musamilu, yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I don't come to waste my time. I don't want to waste the time of the participants also. Now I'm going to stop the recording. No, you can ask a question and answer session till 9 o'clock, another 6 minutes. Only specific questions related to what I have discussed. After that one, after 9 o'clock, we can have discussion. If you have any question, raise your hand and be brief. Okay, Shaji. Okay. Always Shaji is the first person to raise their hand. I want somebody else also to raise their hand because we have only 6 minutes. Okay, Shaji, shoot.
Good talk.
No, I don't want that. Question.
Ambitions make lot of stress.
No, that is a comment. That's a question. Okay, next person. Somebody else. I want question.
Can I ask? Will we get that record of this?
That one, yes. That is.
Oh.
I'll be uploading this one.
Then
Video
you told
recording.
to see one YouTube video. What is it?
Yeah, YouTube. I will share this one with the Brain City. You are that part of Brain City, right? Group?
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'll be sharing this one today or tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
If there are no further questions, I'm going to stop the recording. Then, Shaji, you can continue. You can ask your comments or questions. I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you all. And today, I'm pleasantly surprised 71 people have joined.
Thank you. It was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.